Dan Burn says no animosity toward Alexander Isak, even as a Newcastle fan. The summer of 2025 brought one of the most talked about transfers in Premier League history, as Alexander Isak completed a $125 million move from Newcastle United to Liverpool. It was a deal that not only set a British transfer record, but also stirred intense debate across English football. While Liverpool celebrated the arrival of a world-class striker, Newcastle fans were left grappling with disappointment, frustration, and a sense of betrayal. Yet, amidst the fan outrage, one voice stood out for its measured perspective: Dan Burn. Burn, a boyhood Newcastle fan who had come through the club's academy ranks, returned to St James's Park in 2022 after a career that spanned several clubs including Darlington, Birmingham, Wigan and Brighton. Now a key figure in Eddie Howe's side, Burn found himself at the centre of the Isak transfer saga, observing the drama from within the dressing room rather than from the stands. Despite the immense pressure and the emotions swirling around him, Burn insisted he bore no ill will toward his former teammate. "I have nothing but good wishes for Alex," Burn said at an England press conference on Friday, as reported by BBC Sport. "No animosity. As a Newcastle fan, we are very protective of our club and city. We want players to be there who want to play for Newcastle. And you don't want them to naively think that there is anywhere else to go apart from Newcastle. So I understand why our fans are frustrated. But I also understand for a player, careers are short and they have things they want to achieve." Burn's words reflected a nuanced understanding of modern football, where loyalty, personal ambition, and the business of transfers often collide. While some Newcastle supporters disowned Isak after he made himself unavailable in the months leading up to his transfer, Burn and other teammates approached the situation differently. "Alex is a mate, and it is a tough situation because you want him to be around helping the team, but also understand what he needs to do personally," Burn continued. "I am glad it is done. We wanted the transfer window closed to have a bit of clarity on it. I wish Alex all the best, apart from when we play Liverpool, obviously." The difference between fan perception and the locker room reality was stark. While supporters may have seen Isak's actions as disloyal or self-serving, those who shared the pitch with him appreciated his professionalism, talent, and character. Anthony Gordon, who played alongside Isak at Newcastle before his own transfer, shared a heartfelt message on Instagram. "Regardless of the situation and what's gone on, it's been a pleasure to play with you. One of the best chemistries I've had on the pitch, and more importantly, a great person and teammate. I wish you nothing but the best, brother." Similarly, Sven Botman, the centre-back who joined Newcastle the same summer as both Burn and Isak, posted on Instagram, "What started off as teammates grew into one of my rare best friendships. No more words needed, brother. All the best in your next chapter." Even players who had only recently joined Newcastle, like winger Anthony Elanga, expressed understanding and support. Speaking to Football's Kanalen, Elanga said, "It's his choice. He chose Liverpool. Good luck to him. He is a friend to me and a fantastic footballer. I can play with him in the national team, and that is good as well." The transfer saga itself was one of the most intense of the summer. Liverpool, seeking to bolster their attack, identified Isak as a key target. Negotiations were drawn out over months, with Newcastle initially reluctant to sell their star striker. Daily updates, rumours and speculation fueled fan frustration. But behind the scenes, both clubs worked diligently to reach an agreement. For Isak, the move represented a chance to compete for Premier League and European honours, challenge himself at one of England's biggest clubs, and secure his place among Europe's elite forwards. For Newcastle, losing Isak was undoubtedly a blow, yet it also underscored the club's ability to develop world-class talent. Burn, in his role as a senior figure in the squad, acknowledged the challenge this posed. "We wanted players who want to be here and give everything for Newcastle. But when someone has an opportunity to take a big step in their career, it's hard to hold them back. Fans need to understand that, even if it's difficult." The emotional aspect of the transfer was heightened by the personal bonds formed within the squad. Burn's comments, alongside those of Gordon, Botman and Elanga, highlighted that friendship and respect can persist even amidst the turmoil of a high-profile exit. The players' reactions suggested that locker room camaraderie and understanding often transcend fan outrage, media narratives, and the high stakes of modern football business. Liverpool, meanwhile, celebrated the acquisition of a striker capable of changing games in an instant. Jurgen Klopp and his coaching staff viewed Isak as the ideal addition to complement their attacking core, adding depth, creativity, and finishing prowess. The deal, which broke previous British transfer records, symbolised Liverpool's ambition to maintain competitiveness at the highest level, both domestically and in Europe. Isak's legacy at Newcastle, though now complete, will not be forgotten. During his 3 seasons at St James's Park, he scored crucial goals, delivered unforgettable performances, and played a central role in Newcastle's return to the Champions League. Fans may debate his departure, but few can dispute the impact he had on the pitch or the professionalism he showed during challenging months of speculation. For Byrne, the transfer also highlighted the delicate balance between loyalty and empathy. Speaking as both a Newcastle fan and a teammate, he encapsulated the complex emotions that many players experience in the modern game. I understand the frustration from supporters, but I also understand the players' perspective. Careers are short, and opportunities like this don't come often. I wish Alex the best, and I hope he succeeds at Liverpool. As the summer window closed, the football world reflected on what the transfer meant for all parties involved. For Liverpool, it was a statement of intent, a bold move to secure a player who could define matches. For Newcastle, it was both a loss and a testament to their ability to nurture top-tier talent. For Isak himself, it was a chance to step onto one of the biggest stages in world football. In the end, the story was not just about money, contracts, or club allegiances. It was about ambition, friendship, and respect. Dan Byrne's perspective reminded everyone that football, despite its commercial pressures and fan passions, remains a human game at its core. Players pursue dreams, clubs navigate challenges, and teammates offer support, even when the headlines suggest conflict. As the Premier League season unfolds, all eyes will be on Alexander Isak at Anfield, Dan Byrne leading the defence at St James's Park, and the ongoing rivalry between two clubs whose stories are now more intertwined than ever. Amid the tension, emotions, and spectacle, one truth remains clear. Football careers are fleeting, decisions are personal, and respect, both on and off the pitch, is the measure of true professionalism. Byrne's words, thoughtful and generous, capture this perfectly. There is no animosity, only understanding. And perhaps, in that understanding, fans, players, and clubs alike can find a way to appreciate the complexities of a modern transfer, even when it hurts.